Hello and welcome back to another Talking Tale video. In this one, we're going at the TMNT, the Archie Adventures, issue number 27. And oh god, this one is not improved from last time I read it. From the last time that I read it, I really hated this issue just because this issue was so wordy and had like a lot of dialogue in this issue, which I wasn't a big fan of. But I thought it wasn't as bad as what I remembered. But reading it just did not improve whatsoever. A lot of it was just like really pointless, and when you actually read a story, it gets even more pointless because it's one that just like it sets in like one main location, and there's not really too much of a mystery to like what's going on or anything like that. And then they have one big fight, and then they pretty much say, "Oh yeah, that's the end," and they leave it at that. And I don't know where to really begin with this because it's so bad. I'm very surprised this one is one that was actually published because it has so much dialogue and it's just stupid. So, yeah. Okay, so for the first bit of this story, we do get to see these two guys. They're going over to this waste plant that's going to be giving them their like orders because this waste plant, they have a lot of waste and they want to like more or less con people out of like the environmental people, the lawyers, into thinking them, like making them think that like they dispose all the waste the proper way by destroying it illegally and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, they've got the like majority of it is being shipped off to somewhere to be dumped, and that's pretty much how they're going to be doing it. So yeah, and we do get to see at one point, the guy, he just accidentally slips and he kicks a cat into a vat of like mischief, which turns the cat into a evil mutant cat that wants to just transform everyone into a mutant as well. It's weird, and just like I mean, at the same time, this should sound like a bit familiar with Hob and all that kind of stuff. But yet he's barely in the issue whatsoever, so it's hard to really say if he's actually like a real character or anything like that. He barely shows up. So yeah. So that's when we cut over to April. She's just driving through like Boston, I think it is, and it turns out that she's trying to she's going to Boston, and she's driving through New England, I think it is, and the car's been it breaks because she got a flat tire. However, the car which she got doesn't have a flat tire in, so she goes over to the most nearest village. And this is where things go from bad to worse for her, because she first of all gets arrested by the police, she doesn't actually get arrested, but she gets taken in by the police to go to the sheriff to talk things over. And that's when like she starts to think, oh yeah, maybe this is a little bit strange, just because you don't normally get like called over by the police or anything like that. So then she goes over to a diner, and in here she gets a burger and a milkshake, and she thinks, oh no, the milkshake has been poisoned. Oh, I feel sick and all that kind of stuff. So she walks out, and then that's when she's chased by the whole town, and that's when she's able to escape somehow, and then comes in contact with a phone box, and starts ringing up the turtles. And then again, this is where things get really stupid, because Mikey, he's on the phone and it's like, oh, April, well, we don't know anyone by April, you don't sound like April, so it must be a prank call and all that kind of stuff. And that's when we cut over to the next bit where we get to see the turtles are training. And Mikey comes in and be like, yeah, okay, so I heard a phone call, it wasn't really too much important, no big deal, it was just someone pretending to be April. And we're like, are you stupid? April is the only one that knows about us, and we're going to take a 4-hour drive to this place. And just like, Mikey's very trying. I feel like that's the best way to describe him here in this situation, and just most versions of Mikey. He's very, very trying, and yeah. So after that, we do get to see the turtles. They somehow go over to this little village. It takes them about 4 hours, and yet nothing's really happened to April, despite the things we should do catch her doing. And the turtles are like all quite surprised by all this, and because when they go to the village, they accidentally walk out into the public and see everyone there, but like none of the people who actually startled by them. They don't go after them or anything like that. But we did get to see a little girl, she comes over and starts to talk to the turtles, saying that she saw April go over to this building, and then she goes on to explain everything that happened within this village, saying that this village had, like there was one night some people came over, dumped some waste, and it affected the food, the water. However, because she didn't eat or drink for a whole year, she's not affected by it. How the hell did she survive for a year without food or food or water or anything like that? That I find that to be very unbelievable, just because of real world stuff and all that kind of stuff. No way a kid of that age would be able to survive anything like that. But yeah, so moving on, we do get Silver Turtles to go over to this creepy building, and that's when they find that these like mutants, they're trying to make April drink some like weird ooze or water thing to turn into a mutant. But Turtles just go in, beat the bad guys up, throw them out a window, and but that's, I mean, like, this is pretty much where they call it a day, really, because after that, they're like, oh, yes, well, now that, like, we, like sort everything out, April goes over to, like, news and reports everything, be like, oh, yes, these people, they've been, like, you know, taking all the waste and dumping it here, and you know, it's been, like, affecting all these people, and now all these people are going to have, like, regular new food and water and all that kind of stuff, so that'd be good. And then that's pretty much where they do end this issue. And they never really, from what I can remember, I don't think they actually bring these characters back or whatsoever, so it gets even more confusing. It's just a really weird issue, and I'd say that, like, unlike the last issue where there was at least an attempt at a message like to get across with the whole environment stuff, to actually trying to make people get more invested in saving the world and all that kind of stuff, it had a good decent message and all that kind of stuff. I feel like this is like kind of issue of like you would also put that kind of message in as well, like trying to say that, oh yeah, you know, like don't like, you know, like put away waste or litter or anything like that to like maybe prevent global warming and all that kind of stuff. But no, there's nothing in it whatsoever. It just seems so weird. Like you'd have like one issue like trying to dedicate it towards that kind of stuff without really promoting or like showing everything off. But you got an issue like this where it actually show like actual effects of global warming and like littering and all that kind of stuff that actually affect the world, and yet they don't really promote global warming or anything along those kind of lines. It's weird because you honestly would have thought they would have done something like that, but no. So yeah, so I'd just say that overall for this issue, it's far from the best, but I don't think it is as bad as what I remembered. But it is still pretty awful. There's a lot of dialogue and a lot of stuff in here which just seems so unnecessary. The story is really stupid and it's not all over the place, but it's just so unnecessary and just so weird and just so forgetful. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, so let me know in the comment section below what about this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you please share, subscribe and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.